Hello, I am Laura. In this video, we will look at simple present. And I hope this video will help you to understand how and when to use simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to describe the facts and the truth. For example, cats don't fly. There are 12 months in a year. These two sentences, everybody knows cats don't fly, and there are 12 months in a year, so we call the facts. And also, simple present tense is used to describe routine actions or repeated actions. For example, I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. I go to school at 6:30 a.m. every day. I go to bed at 9 p.m. every night. These three sentences is something I do regularly, or this is my habit. This is my habitual actions. That's why I use simple present tense. So, the point is, simple present tense is used to describe the facts, the truth, and habitual actions, or something you do regularly. Next, we move to the form. Let's look at the form. I will divide the word into three parts or three sections: positive, negative, and question. Positive, the formula is subject plus verb. You may add es or s at the end of the verb. Subject such as I, you, they, we, she, he, it. If the subject I, you, they, we, you don't need to put s or es at the end of the verb. So just directly use the verb. For example, I go, I eat, I cook, you eat, you go. We eat, we go, we cook. But if the subject she, he, it, you need to put s or es at the end of the verb. For example, she eats, she cooks, she goes, he cooks, he eats. So remember, if the subject she, he, it, you need to put s or es. Now we move to negative form. The negative form, the formula is subject plus do not or plus does not plus verb 1. Okay. If the subject I, you, they, we, in positive sentence, you don't need to put s at the end of the verb. In negative, if the subject I, you, they, we, just use do not. I don't go, I don't eat, I don't cook, or you don't cook, you don't eat, you don't go, or do not go, do not eat, do not cook. But if the subject she, he, it, in positive sentence, you need to put s, right, at the end of the verb, or es. In negative, so you have to use does not. She doesn't cook, he doesn't cook, he doesn't go, he doesn't eat. So you have to put doesn't and then verb 1. Remember, don't plus s or es in the verb 1 if negative sentence, because you already used does. Just does, doesn't go, doesn't eat, not doesn't eat, but doesn't eat, doesn't cook, he doesn't cook, my mother doesn't cook, my father doesn't cook. Now we move to question. In question, the formula does or do plus subject plus verb 1. For example, does she cook? Does he cook? Does he eat? Does she eat? Does plus subject and then plus verb 1. And then if the subject are you, they, we, it becomes do you cook? do you eat? For example, do you eat banana? Do you cook banana? Or do you eat hamburger? Do you cook fried rice or something? In question, also sometimes you put question word. Question word, for example, how, when, where, what. Or in Bahasa Indonesia, sometimes we call it 5W1H. So if you want to say, where do you cook the banana? Or what do you cook? Just put the question word before do or does. Where does my mom cook the banana? Remember, if you want to put question word, just put before do or does. And also, something that it's really important for you to notice is you only need to put S or ES if positive sentence. If the positive sentence and the subject she, he, it. But if negative, you don't need to put S or ES again because you already used does in negative sentence and also question. And then what about short answer question? Short answer question means when the answer is yes or no. For example, do you speak English? Do you speak Mandarin? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. So you don't need to repeat, no, I don't speak Mandarin. No, I don't speak English. Just say, no, I don't. No, subject, and then do not. Or yes, subject, and then helping verb. Yes, I do. And what about if the subject she, he, it? Does she speak English? Does he speak Mandarin? Yes, he does. Yes, she does. Or no, he doesn't. No, she doesn't. We call it short answer question. Let's look at some of the spelling changes we need to make in present simple. If a verb ends in O, SS, CH, SH, X, you need to put ES. For example, teaches, watches, washes, goes, fixes, and etc. I'm going to make the example. I wash my plate. She washes her plate. I watch a video. She watches her video. The second one, if a verb ends in a consonant and Y, you need to change Y into I and then add ES. For example, study becomes studies. I study English. She studies English. But if a verb ends in a vowel and Y, you don't need to change Y into I. Just directly add ES. For example, she plays a gadget. He plays a gadget. So don't change Y into I. Just directly add ES. I'm going to ask you. What is a vowel? What is consonant? Consonant is not a vowel alphabet, right? But what is a vowel? Vowel are A or A, I, U, E, O. In bahasa, we call it huruf hidup. So consonant, huruf mati, such as B, C, K, and etc. In present simple also, sometimes we use adverb and expression of frequency. We use adverb and expression of frequency when we want to say how often we do something. For example, I never go to school late. I never eat pizza. So, the main adverb of frequency goes before the main verb. I never go to school late. Never goes before the main verb or the word go. I never go. I always go. I rarely go. I sometimes go. So always goes before the main verb. Unless if in the sentence there is no main verb, or we say nominal sentence. For example, I am late. There is no verb in the sentence. Late is an adjective. So you're going to put the main adverb of frequency after be. I am always late. I am never late. I'm never late. I am always late. Put the main adverb of frequency after be. She is always lazy. Always after is, after be. These are the order of adverb of frequency. Never is 0%, means that you never do this. After never, hardly ever or rarely. And then sometimes or occasionally, often or regularly, usually or normally, and always. Always means 100% you always do this. And then we move to expression of frequency, such as occasionally, time to time, now and then, every evening, every day, every week, every month, every year. Expression of frequency always goes at the end of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. For example, I always wash my face every night. Every night is expression of frequency, and it goes at the end of the sentence. I always visit my grandmother every year. I always eat a hamburger every month. So it always appears or goes at the end of the sentence.